and Mike Show. And now, Ken and Mike.
And now it's Ken and Mike. Ken and Mike.
I'm still listening to music.
Yeah. Yeah, buddy.
Oh, volume. So, Mike, you're saying that I have an identity crisis.
Yes, you have an identity crisis.
I'm being Michael from Lake George.
He's
I like
drinking.
Lake George. You guys like Lake George? Yeah.
I think 2 weeks ago now.
Did
2
you
weeks ago.
really?
Yeah, we went to Lake
You
George.
didn't invite us?
No, I didn't. No.
Oh, that's right. You were with other family.
Yeah, my actual family.
Yeah.
Hey, Mel, have you tested the? My hair's a mess. Look at that. I'm live on camera. My hair's a mess.
Yeah, so is
How
mine.
come you guys didn't tell me that? Man,
I thought you looked good.
You're supposed to be your brother's keeper here.
Yeah, that's what people say sometimes.
No.
I'm not anybody's keeper.
Your makeup people didn't do that for you.
No,
they should have.
where is she? Or he?
They did mine.
Why is it
they
gotta
did
be-
mine.
I know they did his.
I know.
He looks good.
What's with
I can hook you. I can hook you up with mine. She's really good.
I think you should reach over and just grab me a hat. Throw it.
Hey, listen, guys, thank you so much for tuning in right here. This is the Ken and Mike Show. We are live. This is the show. Listen, right now, take the time, please, and share this video while you're watching. We are
Yes.
really glad that you're tuned in.
Find us on
Twitter,
Facebook, YouTube,
yep,
Castbox.
Castbox.com, or iTunes, Google Play,
Instagram.
Instagram.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I beat you to it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Instagram.
And
Yeah.
what else?
That's what I wanted to talk about.
And Google the snot out of us. If you keep Googling,
keep Googling
Ken
the
and Mike
Ken
Show,
and Mike Show. We'll keep
it'll
showing
help
up in
the
search bars. And,
analytical process
Yeah.
go along quicker.
Yeah, we're. Have you seen our page? We're growing in numbers very slowly.
You know
Very
what?
Slowly. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, what are we at? Like 10,000 now, finally?
Oh, I thought it was more than that.
Oh, was
I thought
it?
We were at 30.
30. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to.
You know,
Sorry.
I know you're so humble.
I don't know. I've just been disgruntled lately. Disgruntled employee here. Hey, so, dude, what's up? How are you?
Good. How was your week?
It's good.
Anything
it's
happen?
hot.
Anything happened? Oh my gosh, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's
Humid.
disgusting. It was hot today. I don't know where you guys are that we're reaching here in the World Wide Web, but it was hot, disgusting here in New York.
No, it was. Yeah. No, it was
was.
totally.
It was
Yeah.
awful
I was
today.
blacktopping today.
Wow.
Yeah, that's hot.
Yeah,
Because
that's
the blacktop is hot in
disgusting.
general.
That's terrible.
It's 130 degrees
Yeah.
blacktop.
Yeah.
And it's
Oh, I'm
92
sorry.
degrees.
You're essentially putting down lava on the street while you're in the
Wow.
blazing hot sun.
Yeah.
That's gross.
and try not to pass out. Then
Yeah.
you fall into it.
Oh, yeah, interesting though. On the way home yesterday from a location, me and a buddy of mine, we almost died twice. Totally.
What?
Well, we were driving and I was talking his ear off. So
You don't do that.
yeah. Well, no. And all of a sudden he's like, "Whoa!" And it was a coyote ran in front of us. That was a good-looking coyote. After that,
As opposed to an ugly one?
usually they're wrangly looking or something. But then right after that, a truck driver pulled to the left, so we went to the right, and then he, in a jerky kind of way, pulled to the right because he was frustrated that we passed him on the right, but he was to the left. So we did that, and he put us into the
Museum? Or the guardrail?
towards the guardrails, and we just passed him on that. It was
Oh, nice.
yeah, it was cool. It was fun.
Was it in New York?
It was.
That explains everything.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
explains everything.
yeah. I know we want to get through some. We want to mention too, guys. By the way, before we forget this, we'll mention at the middle and end too. But we have some openings.
Yes,
If
we're going to have
anybody's
some openings here at the Ken and Mike Show.
media and production. We have two guys who are still going to be in the process, but they have some things going on. They have
Yes.
to take a sabbatical. We're
Well,
putting them on
one
sabbatical
guy
for bad
we-
behavior.
One guy in particular, we
Yeah.
want to put him in a straitjacket and just lock him to his chair, and he's going to stay here forever.
Yes.
But,
Yes.
whatever.
And there's another guy who basically decided to go. I don't know if he fell into sin.
Yeah, I think
Alabama is pretty much a sinful place to go.
I think he's backslidden, they call it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Backsliding
Yeah,
to
I don't know.
Alabama.
Everybody's moving down south, I heard.
Yeah. I heard. Some people are too scared to stay here.
When you go to Alabama, I heard you.
Well, they're not
I'm not gonna
scared.
say
Just
it.
tired.
yeah.
I just realized, not every thought that's in my head needs to come out of my mouth. Alabama and the word Nefson together. I don't know.
By the way, we can just hit this real quick. Anybody? Did we talk about this already about the toll booths?
Yeah, we did. We
mentioned that?
We did a show.
That is
feature on
ridiculous.
We talked about it, but
I just
Not
want to hit that real
entirely.
quick. You know, we were going into toll booth today. I'm looking at the huge facility that houses all these people that work there. I'm like, what are they gonna do? They're gonna be laid off. There's nothing for them to do anymore.
Learn code.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
We're in a Trump economy. They can find another job.
That's right. That's a true statement. That's a
They
fact.
can find another job.
Yes.
There's a certain person that's a fan of my page that won't appreciate what I just said, but we're in a fan.
Yeah, he's a fan, right?
He's a fan.
It is a he, right?
He's a fan. Don't get me in trouble.
I don't care. I got lots to say there.
Just make sure Mike's filter is on for the rest of the show.
Okay, yes. I don't want to push him. Push that
Yeah.
filter to the boundaries right there.
Where's that blue? Hit that blue button right there.
This one here.
Yeah, right
Yeah.
there. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You might need that.
Okay.
Once in a while.
Just remember our censorship
Yeah.
training before we had. Just remember that.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, man.
Remember your techniques.
So basically,
Yes.
whenever.
Close to the edge.
Yeah.
Trying.
to lose my,
My
head.
head. Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Wow, you just dated yourself
Yeah.
right there. Wow.
So, yeah.
Ken, do
Yeah.
we want to just jump into this?
We should
or-
just jump into this.
Jump into it.
So look at what is up with this whole racial tweeting
Hold on a
thing.
second,
We
hold on.
can't say anything anymore
We
about
can't.
anybody.
We can't. Listen, Ken and Mike show did a media blast with a picture of
Yeah.
President Trump
Yes.
and Representative Congresswoman Omar.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly.
Lovely
how
lady.
How do you say her first name? Elon or Eon? Ian?
Elon, I lie. I don't know.
Yeah.
I lie.
Yeah. Get out.
And it was just a post. It was and obviously it was to entice people to view. That's what media blasts do.
Exactly.
But all of a sudden, did you see? I got my butt
Oh, yeah,
handed to me.
Yeah. Well,
I think he was more or less having an argument with himself because you
Yeah.
see, I really wasn't responding much.
it showed who the butt was.
Yeah. What? Go ahead. the what?
Yeah.
Come on.
Boutoir.
So literally, I mean, should we bring up some of it?
Yes.
I mean, because this was
Please
Yes,
do.
please.
just to show you
Please.
how far the other side will go in an extreme.
And may I
just
add-
from saying a simple you can't have
Wait,
a
you
different
didn't say
opinion.
anything. You didn't say
didn't say
anything.
nothing.
Yeah, I didn't say
It
a
was
word.
it's from a picture.
Yeah.
So that's why I want to, because you said by saying you didn't say a thing.
Right. You're right. I didn't say a word. And I'm going to go.
It was a graphic of what our show is going to be about.
Right, exactly. We didn't say who we were for. Some in this room might be for somebody else. I don't know.
I mean, the flag in the background kind of stands for itself. but,
Oh, my
Right.
goodness.
And she's totally for it, right?
Hey,
Yeah.
All right. So this certain person, because just for the sake of decency, and I'm not going to blow his spot up and call him out. I'm not going to say his name. I mean, if he wants to call into the show, we can have a good time tonight.
You'll never get a word in edgewise.
Yeah, that's just we have the privilege of a mute button, don't we?
We do.
we have the power.
We have the power,
Yeah.
and we have that button.
Oh, by the way, guys, if you're watching this right now, please share this video. Have a watch party, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, share this video with your friends. Your friends become our friends.
Yes. Yeah.
Our audience grows.
Yeah.
So I
You're
mean,
right.
yeah, Kenny, why haven't
Yes.
you shared it on your page yet? What's up with that?
Did I share it on my page? This one here?
Yeah, why aren't you sharing it?
Let me do that right now.
I'm kidding. But anyway, in relation to guys about what I posted on Facebook was the media blast that I think Mel that you put up there. Was it what
Yes.
you put up there?
Yes.
Okay. All this is a picture that says the Ken and Mike show. Trump versus Omar. It's all it says. Has a cool picture of Omar putting her hand up in the air with the number one finger.
Oh, I think she's just talking.
No, her finger. I'm looking at her. Finger's up.
No, I know.
She's going like this, and then President Trump just in a fighting stance. Pretty cool. I liked it. Good job.
Thank you.
But the second we
That was a good job, Mel.
that was good job.
I liked it.
But the second
come.
we put that up there, the second we put that up there, assumptions were made. Mm-hmm. And Mel had the privilege today, but when he got here, to read through the vitriol of everything that was stated. But this one person just went off the deep end just of this picture. Had a conversation with himself on my post. I mean, I wanted to really wonder if he was a little bit schizo.
It's possible.
Well, he was also blaming you, saying that you called him something that wasn't even there.
Right. Yeah, he immediately said that I thought he was I called him a snowflake, and no point in our conversation did I even allude to being a snowflake. So he's putting words in my mouth, and if you notice, I think I responded twice in the whole thing, and he went on this whole litany of accusations of how, we're racist, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
Now that right there is something I want to talk about.
Hold on, I know you want to jump in on that because
Yes,
I would really
yes.
love to call. I would really love to call this guy out on the carpet
I know.
and say, we have somebody here in studio you're telling me who is African American,
Yeah.
who is a black male, who you're telling me he can't think for himself and that
Right.
he is,
Right.
But anyway. So just by on that picture, it says, Omar, he goes, is Omar running for POTUS? Are you simply stirring the pot for viewership? Well, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll concede that.
Well, it's pretty obvious what she's trying to do.
No, he's saying that about us.
Oh, okay.
Are you stirring the pot for viewership by posting a picture? Yeah, obviously we're.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
Every other YouTube content
the.
creator.
Yeah, that's the
does
point.
the
But it's
same as
okay
that
that the
guy.
media does that all the time.
Well, no, that's what media has been made for.
Right.
Is to get people to view their stuff.
But we weren't.
Traction. Yeah.
But we're now. Let's go on further than what he's saying. We're not stirring the pot for the agenda that he thinks.
Right.
Now, all of a sudden, he's saying, "You're being critical of a genocidal government, ours in parentheses. This is supporting another genocidal government, Israel, and is not anti-Semitic. It is what this country is supposed to be all about. This country was created by genocidal invaders. Don't ever forget to try to deny that we sanctioned, some say demanded, the return of Jews to Israel." He just went off on this tirade
Yeah.
over a picture, automatically making assumptions about
Is
us.
he anti-American and anti-Israel? I'm confused.
I would love to for him to come on here and defend his position.
'Cause
But
that's
I'm
what
just
it
saying,
sounds like.
the thing is,
I've seen
the
his
point of me
defending.
going on about this is you can't just put up an opinion, a rational one, without somebody coming at you with. I mean, he has literally said, anybody that wears a MAGA hat, I want to fight. Really, that's his response.
That's a mature way
Right.
to handle things.
You want blood? I'm going to assault you.
Not conversate, not have a discussion.
Right, and that's what I
I'm
said
going
to
to
him.
punch you.
But then he says, is there a Trump versus Omar at all? Do you even understand the vile thing you just promoted for personal gain? No, I really would like you just to articulate what was vile about it.
Yeah, there's
we just
nothing
want.
vile about it.
Obviously, they have two opposing views, and it's what's prominent in the news today, and we want to talk about it.
By the way-
but he's making assumptions about us.
By the way, though, we're going to be talking about Trump's tweets or tweet
Yes.
one tweet in particular in a second. That is vile. They'll call that out as like that's a
Right.
vile thing.
And we also want to touch on the concentration camps we supposedly
Yeah.
have down on the border and housing children.
But that was vile. Do you guys? Does anybody that is possibly Democrat?
Let's do this. Let's go.
Yeah. Do you actually do you never hear things like that come out of the Democratic Party's mouth? I mean, that's what they're doing on the media. You throw facts, and they come at you with weapons and swords. And I don't mean physical weapons. I mean their mouths just start running in places that don't make any sense. It's just vicious attacks. When you call them out on something, it's like they're attacking us.
But see-
no, we're calling you out.
And the whole reason why
facts.
we started this show, Kenny, is because we wanted to have a dialogue.
Yes.
Now, you immediately lose any points or any ground or even lose the conversational battle, if you will, when you immediately resort to cursing somebody out.
Yes.
You immediately lose when you start calling them names.
Yes.
And start attacking them by making fun of them. And now that seems to be a calling card for the left.
Sure.
In my opinion.
Yes.
If you can't back something up with facts and just talk and have a conversation, the second you challenge them, you're a beep, beep, beep. You can get that button
Oh, yeah.
going all day long.
Yeah, right.
Because that's what you are. And this is exactly what he said. You F-word dog whistle out the window, full F-word bullhorn man. You ignore that S-word, call it what it is, just F off. I mean, yeah, that's
How is
dialogue.
How is putting the word Trump versus Omar a dog whistle?
Yeah.
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 It's not any kind of insinuating word. It's just Trump versus Omar.
So
Well,
We-
you lose credibility.
Yeah.
For I mean, this is for me, but
For his
I
lack
think-
of English language
well,
and literature.
that too. But like, I think I can speak for all of us in saying like, if you're gonna throw assumptions without anything, like the first thing you do is he assumes this about us without having any credibility behind it. You automatically lose
Yeah,
credibility from it.
exactly.
Right.
That's a great point.
Automatically, because
Exactly.
assumptions is like a killer for anything.
Sure.
You just
Right.
assume things about people that
Right.
aren't true,
Yes.
and even
You make it reality.
and you make it reality, and that's how we get all this fake news, and that's how we get all this propaganda, and that's how it's been going on for years and years and years and years and years. And you think we learned from that,
Yeah.
but here we go.
Exactly.
Back at it again.
It's very interesting, and this is where I started to get in very righteously
Indignant?
indignant by somebody who doesn't know me
Mm-hmm.
is going to tell me that I'm racist.
Right.
If you see me right now, you see that I'm dark, and that's
Because you were working on blacktop today.
I'm mixed, but I work outside, so I have a really good tan. But I'm still mixed race. I'm half and half. I'm black and white. So for somebody who doesn't know me, to make an assumption that I'm a part of a modern style KKK because I made a post of a graphic about a conversation we're going to have tonight, not stating who I support, not stating anything of any value to that, to then start assuming, because then your first sentence you said you're assuming that X, Y, and Z.
Yes.
And you said yeah. So he knows that he's assuming, but
He's assuming this is the position that we take.
this is the position that I take, because if I support Trump, that all of a sudden I'm a racist. I don't understand how those two connect together.
They don't. Yeah.
But you're telling me that I'm a racist because of a graphic that I made. Just to me, it's not an attack to me personally.
But it has nothing to do with racism. It has to do with.
I will go
this is
live
politics.
on the air
Yeah.
right now, and I'm going to say it because it's been asked over and over
Yeah.
again by this gentleman.
Yeah.
You know, if you support him, you are a racist. You know, will you say Trump is a racist? Trump is not a racist.
Thank
He
you.
was only a racist when the other side found out that he was going to be president. That was it.
No, he's only racist when they found out that he was going to be a Republican and not a Democrat.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Because he was a Democrat.
By the way, guys, on that sort of kind of a note.
No, you're gonna cut us off.
Yeah, I'm going to
midstream,
cut you off.
aren't
I just want to tell you guys, look, when we think about our houses, right, everybody, what do you want? Quality and affordable. And there's a company that I know of that's does very good quality, and they're very affordable. At a fair market value, you can get a great kitchen, bathroom, tiles, specialized quality tile and bathroom and kitchen done right for you in your house. And you can check out the pictures later and stuff like that. This is Tri-Oak Builders. You can go to their website, trioakbuilders.com. You can also call them at 518-267-3288. Give them a call. Give Preston a call and get a free estimate for your house, because I'll tell you what, they're going to do an excellent job for you. Preston's an awesome guy to deal with. He's going to give you he's going to tell you like it is, what you're going to have to do. And when they go in there, you are going to be absolutely happy. And they're
These
all
guys are
about
no joke.
relationships. And right when you meet Preston, you'll know that this guy's about relationships. He's not hiding anything. And that's what you want when you're talking to builders. So, yeah, give Tri-Oak Builders a chance. Please give them a call today, 518-267-3288, or go to trioakbuilders.com. So,
Back to what we were talking
yeah,
about.
so I'll tell you what.
I just want to say something real quick.
Go for it.
Is like it would be wrong for any of us to say like that, like we're taking like positions for right or left. It'd be wrong for us to say that one side is 100% right all the time.
Right.
It'd be incredibly wrong.
Right.
I think there's a lesser of two evils,
Yeah.
so to speak.
Yeah.
But I can speak for all of us in saying that we're in the. Mike's got his Bible open right now. That's where we
Right.
base our truth from. That's where we base
Right.
where we get all of our standards, our morals, what we deem right and wrong as. What we
According
deem
to your
right.
interpretation, though, Sam.
That's very true.
All right, let's not go down that bunny
Yeah,
trail.
no, you're absolutely right on that.
Yeah.
But
No.
I think it's important to state that, like, yes, we think that there's wrong in the left,
Yeah.
and there's obviously wrong in the right. But
isn't
there's-
this a true statement, though? And what you're saying, though, is I say this 1,000 times a month, I think, to people. I don't care about who is right or wrong. I
No.
care about what is right
Yeah.
or wrong. So if I'm wrong or you're right, then that is what it is.
And on that same note,
Yeah.
I don't care about your skin color.
Right.
Right.
I care about the content of your heart, the character of a
Right,
person.
exactly.
There you
Well,
go.
well, here's the
Yeah.
caveat to that,
Yeah.
though. I mean, we keep talking like truth. We keep talking about truth, but in today's society, we've said this over and over again. They've made truth subjective and not objective.
Yeah.
And that is the problem. Is they will espouse that what's true for you may not be true for me, and what's true for you may not be true for Kenny, and what's true for you it may not be true for Sam, and that's just a load of garbage.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is one truth,
Yep.
and once we start graying those lines, then we're not going to have anything to stand on, and the whole thing falls apart.
Well, what happens too on that note? I think what happens, this was from a secular article or person, and it was interesting. And I was talking about with a gentleman today about it, that in the primaries, in the minor, I call them minor elections. They're actually not minor. I mean, they're majors. But before the presidential elections, these people go rally and get their crew together, and they rile them up for their cause. And they don't necessarily see the lens, through the whole scope of everything that's going on in society altogether, just in their little sphere of influence. For example, if you go to Dearborn, Michigan, what is it? The majority there, it's Muslims, and so what? So everywhere you go, they're going to have a certain sect that goes on. So when it comes to the big elections, who are they going to vote for? Whatever their party is for, not necessarily because they've done the research and they know what's going on. And I'm not calling people stupid, but I am saying ignorant. And that's not a bad word. That's just saying, like, when people aren't informed of what's okay. Let me see what's actually
I'm
right and wrong.
ignorant about neuroscience and neurosurgery. I'm ignorant about that. It's not a bad
Yeah,
word.
No, I think
right,
you're just dumb for
right,
that.
exactly. Same here. Same here. I mean, if you gave me,
Aren't you going away to college to get smarter?
if you gave me a scalpel and stuff, I could probably figure it out, though. Yeah, I think I could.
I'm not going to be your
Yeah,
guinea pig.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't want to test this out.
They make computers now with lasers and stuff. I'm sure I can push a couple buttons and we go with it. We got a couple comments, brother.
Yes. I don't know.
Read
Caleb.
those real quick. I just want to say something, Kayla. By the way, thank you so much for sharing those pictures on our page. We talked about her testimony last week.
Oh, those pictures were awesome.
Yeah.
Did you guys look at those?
Yeah.
Did you look
Those
at them?
were really
Sweet,
that was
super awesome
That
testimony.
was a great testimony. Let's see. Let's go to the comments here on the Ken and Mike Show. We're going to the comments. All right, Kayla. Amen to all that. And if you do one wrong thing in your life, that's what people assume about you your whole life, and they never acknowledge any of the good. It's so sad, but in the end, only God can judge me.
That is so stinking true. It's like, for example, when you see somebody on the news and they look like this. Look at this guy's a whatever, or the girl, and they're in trouble or whatever it is. That's all you know about them. So when you see them, that's all you know about. Think about the Monica Lewinsky case. What do you think about when you think about her? You don't know what she's doing in her life.
We can't say what we think about.
Right, but you know what I mean? But they put it on her like the Monica Lewinsky. Actually, it was the Clinton scandal. He took a 19-year-old girl and he pretty much forced himself upon her. So now she has to live the rest of her life as this person. That's not who she really is
But
now.
our president is not upholding the standards of the presidential office. Now, I hate to always point to bad behavior to justify bad behavior, so I'm not going to say, well, look at Clinton. But I mean, do you guys ever put the mirror on yourselves? Oh, that's all right.
Yeah. All of us. I mean, we all have to look at that. And I think that we all have issues and we all fight through things and stuff happens, but the reality is that's who we are. We're all fighting something.
Yeah. Well, if we're made in the image of Christ,
Yes.
and we're supposed to have likeness with
Yes.
Christ, we're supposed to be as Christ-like as possible. And it says that He forgave us for our sins,
Yep.
cast them as far as east is the
That's
west.
right.
Amen.
Isn't that what we're supposed to
That's
do too?
right.
If we're
Amen.
supposed to be Christ-like?
Amen. Everybody is struggling with something. And if it's something serious that's really harmful, or if there's something if it's some mentality, it's all a struggle.
We lost service here, just so you know, Mel. Are we still online? We still live?
We'll keep going here. But
Yeah, we'll keep going. I'm just saying we just lost it here on our screen. So if we can't respond immediately to your comments,
I can see the comments.
okay, because we don't have them here on our screen because something happened. But
Yeah.
whatever, we're used to technical
Yeah, we
difficulties
are.
here at the
It could
Ken
be
and
just
Mike
the
Show.
computer too. Can we reload and?
Yeah.
But you know what?
not an
And
issue.
I'll tell you what though. You show me somebody who has mastered perfection, and
There we go. We're back.
I'll follow that person for the rest of my days. And guess what? I found one.
Me?
No,
No.
Jesus Christ.
Amen.
And that's why we all seek after Him. That's the whole point. And I think that's what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
So let's
yeah.
get into what exactly the reason why we're having the show tonight, what we're talking about as far as the tweets.
Yeah.
The one highlight thing is the word racist now is being thrown around like it is the new catchphrase. It's a new word. If it's anything that you don't agree with, anything on the left side of the aisle, you are racist.
And that word carries so much weight, it's ridiculous. People don't understand that people died for that, over that. Like you look back at Martin Luther King, he died for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was an African American.
Hey, by the way, and you guys probably know this a little bit about his history. He had some issues.
Yeah.
I
He
mean,
wasn't perfect.
with women,
Yep.
things like that. But you know what? Do we think about that with
No.
him? There was issues, but his cause was amazing.
Yeah.
He was a man, struggled with certain things like everybody else, but his message was amazing, and we take that.
Yep.
It was a godly message.
Yep. It was.
100%.
And he died over
Yeah.
something that he
Believed in. Yeah.
wholeheartedly.
My question is, why does the left get to decide what's racist?
They don't.
It's because they need to
Why
win
do
that
they
way.
get to use? Wait, well, they're using identity politics.
Again, what did we say earlier? Yes, exactly. But it's also they can't win by facts.
Right.
They can only win by manipulation. So if they can shoot stuff out there to make everybody believe something, then that's just what they're going to do.
Well, that's the thing. If you say, I mean, this I don't know what the statistic is, but we've all heard the saying: if you say something enough times, over and over and over again, whether it's true or not, it gets adopted as fact.
Because they understand the mob mentality.
Right. Well, case in point, how many times have you guys heard this phrase: separation of church and state?
Yep.
Separation of church and state. If you say that enough times, now they're teaching that there's such a thing called separation of church and state. Nowhere in our founding document will you find separation of church and state. The only thing that closely resembles it is there shall be no state-sponsored religion. Basically, the government can't tell you how to worship God.
Right.
Right.
Period.
Right.
We can't say that Catholicism is right, Protestantism is right. Those are the ways you're going to do it, this way or that way. That is the only. There is no state-sponsored belief. But no, the left takes it and runs with it, that because Jefferson wrote in a letter to one of his colleagues at one time about the phrase separation
Yes.
of church
Yes.
and state, they've run with it now, and they've adapted that as a principle in our government that say the government has a separation of church and state. That's why we have it. The church has no room in politics, and politics has no room in the church. Well, no. Now they'll turn that around. The church has no room in politics, but the politics want to dictate what we say in church.
Right. Well, let's think about you sent me a video today. All right. Okay. Just real quick before we go to the break, I want to tell you, and we'll obviously after the break we'll get to our new segment and we'll talk about more stuff here. But I'll tell you what though, the bottom line is that these people are actually say the words that how are we going to make Americans Muslim? I mean
Yes.
that's an issue.
That was Representative, what was her name?
Is that out of Michigan? Where is that? Out of
Yeah, that was
Talib. Well, yes. Would you say who said
Talib.
that? Yeah, Talib.
Yes.
That's the kind of stuff that's coming out. Do you hear
saying that
yeah.
we got to look at all Americans as potential Muslims is
Yeah.
basically what she
Yeah.
was saying, and let them see from our viewpoint of how awesome it is, and basically
Right.
I'm ad-libbing here,
Yeah.
but basically how awesome their Muslim faith is and how they need to adapt to our culture.
No,
Excuse me?
that's not the culture. Sorry.
So, but she was basically saying we need to invade their religion, invade their politics, and invade their laws, and let them see that they need to adapt to.
But don't you
ours.
dare do that to them.
Hey, if you have an opinion on this, please give us a call. We have a new phone number that's up there to use. If you have an opinion, join us. We want to hear from you when
Yep.
we get back from the break. So,
We'll see you in a minute.
yes.
Well, that's what you just said. That's what
Yeah.
the ancient Romans did. That's how
Yeah.
they took over areas. Is that they would go there and they would go to a neighboring city or whatever, and they go, "Listen, I'm going to give you two choices. I'm going to give you an option that we can come in and you can convert to our stuff, or we can come in and we're going to annihilate you."
That's right.
And they would go in, and if they chose the first option, they'd go in and they would send in these people who would convert them to their religion, convert them to their way of life, and then so that they would, when they were converted to that way, then they would take over that village.
That's right.
And that's how they would do
And
that.
on that note,
And we're going to pick that point up right
after
after
this. Here on the Ken and Mike Show, we not only love building relationships, but strive to be honest and integral in all we do.
Thankfully, this is the same philosophy held by our friends at Tri-Oak Builders.
Tri-Oak Builders, who are right here in the upper Hudson Valley, are a family-owned company that puts these values to work in everything they do. From custom bathroom builds and renovations to kitchen and tiles, they've got you covered, and all at a fair market value.
So, if you're like us and like doing business with companies that want to provide the best service possible for their customers at an affordable price, then you need to call the builders you can trust. Tri-Oak Builders.
Call them today for a free estimate at 518-267-3288. That's 518-267-3288. You can also check them out online at trioakbuilders.com.
Tri-Oak Builders.
Where building relationships matter.
There we go.
And we're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We back.
Try out.
There.
Now Ken and Mike.
Yeah.
Get that little weird pause. Yeah.
Try
Yes.
out Tri-Oak Builders. Really great guys. And we're not just saying that because we're paid to say that.
Yeah.
We're saying it because they are.
Yeah.
They're really cool guys.
Yeah. Really cool guys.
So-
I like them.
I like them.
Hey, you know what's interesting? Newt Gingrich said, with this
I
whole.
love Newt.
So do I.
And
You know what he said
he
though?
did something
Yeah.
that screwed his political run up, but I love
Yeah,
him.
I know.
I love
I know.
Newt. I love
But he believes that the 2020 election. You know what it's going to be about? It's going to be about patriotism versus racism. And you know what's sad about that statement in and of itself? Number one, what in the world? Why are we even saying versus racism? And why is that even? They're putting it out there so that there is a fight because they have to fight with something, and that's all they have to fight with. Again, no facts. But patriotism, they don't like that because
Why
then
do we
we're
need to distinguish?
we're too American when we do that.
It doesn't need to be. All right, I'm a little disappointed that Newt even said that.
But but what he's saying though is that's what's happening. It is that way. Patriotism is people who would say that we're nationalists or we're this or we're that. But it's not. We believe in our country and its values, what we stand on, and we don't want to lose that.
There is nothing wrong with supporting the American ideology,
Yes.
the American dream, if you will, and the American culture, where we start putting Americans first.
Mm-hmm.
And you can call me a racist, you can call me a nationalist,
Mm-hmm.
and we can go right into the topic of housing children at the border.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I use the word housing. The other side likes to use the word caging. Okay, like we're putting leashes on them with little spike collars and treating them like animals.
Right.
We're not doing that. And I'm going to say something that's probably going to get me in a lot of trouble. But can I just say, and I don't want to say let's point to other countries to justify what we're doing, but for a second, try sneaking into Iran.
Yeah, have fun.
Okay. What is wrong with protecting our country and having? They're breaking laws.
Yeah.
Yes. Do I feel that we shouldn't be? We should be compassionate towards children. I'm not saying for a second that we shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But what is a consequence of breaking into a country, breaking a law? Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. If the consequence is us housing people, putting people in. Now I don't want to say cages because we're gonna get in trouble, but just detaining people.
Yeah.
Because they're breaking a law. The Democrats want illegals to vote. They've said
Yes, of
as
course.
much. But there's a key word there. Illegal.
Yeah. Well,
What-
they're getting their identity through now licensing, like in New York, for example. This is the stuff that's happening, but you cannot do that if you go over there. I have missionary friends who it took them 10 years to get their official citizenship in a certain country. And they did it the right way, and the paper would come back, and they go back and forth. I mean, there's somebody that I know right now that we know, a mutual friend of ours, whose wife is doing stuff with her green card,
Yep.
and they're paying the extra. It's like $600 or whatever it is to try to get it renewed.
Try doing here,
Yeah.
or try doing there in the country
Yeah.
that we know that they're
Yeah.
from. Try doing there
Ain't gonna
what
pass.
people
Yeah.
are doing here. But why is American the bad guy, America the bad country that are upholding our laws and saying, listen, you could try and get in, but there's going to be consequences for you trying to get in. But we're such bad people because we're treating illegal people coming in badly. They're illegal.
Well, let me just say this. By doing that, you're actually discrediting them and the values that they hold in their own countries. You're pretty much saying that they're just so poor and horrible and can't take care of themselves that we have to take care of them. Same thing that they're doing to certain cultures, I will say, in our country. Let's put them on the government bill. Let's put them on this. Let's put them on that. That's not an incentive to help them along. Look, at your country is beautiful. I've been to a bunch of them. Stay there and build the thing.
Now, I'll be honest. I'm coming off a little harsh in my tone. I have no problem with the people. No problem at all with the people.
It's the process.
It's the
Yes.
process. And if I was, and I've said this before on the show, if I was, we'll use Mexicans as an example. I'm not picking on Mexicans. But if I was a Mexican raised in Mexico and the absolute terrible conditions that they live in because of their government and by their mismanagement, if I knew there was a country to the north of me that I can try to escape to because their borders are porous and I could take advantage of their system,
I would do it.
I would do it to better the life of my family. But you can't blame America for upholding its laws and saying, get out, you don't belong here.
Come in the right way.
Yep.
Right.
I'm
Exactly.
I'm all for, like you said, I'm all for the people coming in. Come in the right way.
Yeah.
If you come in the right way, please come in.
You know,
we want
I-
you to.
I can't mention my company because I'm not going to. I don't want to get in trouble. But I work for a company that predominantly most of the people there are foreign.
Okay.
They're from another country, not down south, just another country overseas. I'm not going to say who it is. But the one guy that I work with has said it many, many times. I jokingly said, we need to have more of you guys come over here, and because of the way you guys do things, we kind of like it, and and you guys understand the business. He goes, no, you don't need more of us here. More Americans need to do it because you know your culture here. And he said the other thing is because he starts talking his native tongue with the other people that are there. And when I walk in, he says, sorry, we need to speak English. And I said, no, guys, continue. He goes, no, this is your culture. He said these things.
Yeah.
This is your culture. We need to assimilate to you.
Yeah.
If we catch us talking like this, please don't feel like you're being rude and stopping us. He said that to
Somebody
me.
who appreciates our
Yes, and he came over here and said,
country.
this is your culture. We need to adapt to you.
Yeah. It's the same thing. I've talked about this before. It's the same thing when I moved to a certain country that I did the same thing.
Right.
I'm going to adapt to your ways, so I want to talk to you in your language.
Right. And I was really floored by there are still countries in this world that can respect that they're in a foreign land.
Right.
And they have to adapt to our culture. Why are we manipulating or changing
Yeah.
or compromising our standards?
Yeah. Because there's certain people, like a certain someone who has been tweeted about, who thinks that this
And
is
that's
their
why
country.
President Trump,
Twump.
I can't even
Plus
speak.
we didn't twump.
That's why President Trump, he wasn't being racist by saying, go back to your country.
Right. Go and look up racism. I mean that
Yeah.
and see what it means actually. That's not racist.
That is not
comment.
racist to say go back to your country
That's
and try and
saying
do it better.
your
He was
origins.
kind of saying it tongue in cheek.
Yeah, your origins. If you think it's so great, why are you here?
Well, here's the other thing. We're so racist, and I've said this before on one of our shows. We are so racist that a woman from Somalia who was a refugee, I believe went to Kenya first, then came to America, ran for political office, won the political office. We are so racist that our country allowed her to do that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're horrible. Listen, let me read a couple things here real quick. So the left is desperate to turn any traditional patriotic appeal into an act of racism. This is what Newgringers are saying. The left is desperate to smear Republicans and moderate Democrats as racists. Part of the desperation is the left's inability to debate the facts and their hope that strong smears can shame their opponents out of broaching the argument. Part of the desperation is in the left's growing realization that President Trump and the Republicans are beginning to attract minority support in a serious way. If they can get to the minorities, like you alluded to, and so it says the 2018 election was a water washed in the shift of minority voters towards Republicans. So they want to switch that.
Yeah.
So that's what they're trying to do. Again, obviously the left's reaction to these threats, which are nobody's threatening anything. We're just putting facts out there. I didn't know that facts were threats, but their reaction has been hysteria. It's hysterical.
Oh,
honestly.
absolutely. Well, this is what I said before the show, and it's gotten to the point where they've gotten so ridiculous, so irrational that people who were moderately, like myself, were moderately on Trump's side, really didn't do the rah thing, that didn't, really say, Trump is our savior and stuff like that. They're becoming so ridiculous in their arguments, they're becoming so ridiculous in their attacks towards people who have a different opinion of them, that are making people like me that say, you know what, I'm going all in now.
Yeah.
Forget you. And you're seeing that on the left where people are starting to look at their own party and go, man, we're ridiculous. And that's why you're having things like Blexit, with the blacks exiting the Democratic Party because they're going, really?
Yes.
This is getting out of control. And it's making me just say, you know what? I'm all in on this because I am tired of being marginalized just because I have a different opinion than you do.
Exactly.
Anyway,
It's interesting.
you're not on.
Why does Mike keep turning off, Mike?
I don't know. Because you're not using it.
So it turns off?
It must be.
Hold that thought for a second. I want to say Jennifer Furman says people have no respect for our country now because of the politicians and news outlets. The recent incident where water was thrown on police officers and they were told not to act.
Oh yeah, I saw that video.
Yeah.
That's what I do. And you see some people are saying, well, guys, it's just water. Why are you making a big deal? It's not the fact of it's just water.
It's not even the fact. It's not the fact. Yeah, it's not the fact that it's water. Water has nothing to do with it.
No.
It's the disrespect.
The disrespect for authority. Everybody now thinks they're on equal plane.
Yeah.
We did have kind of a patriarchal system here in America where you had respect for your elders.
Yes.
Parents, children were to be seen and not heard. I'm sorry, I'm starting to sound really old school here.
But
children are to be seen and not heard. Parents are the authority. Police are the authority. Judges are the authority. Your priest, your pastor were the authority. That's just something in my garage, and I'm sorry I didn't unplug it. It'll go off in a second.
Oh, okay. Apologize for the noise there. But you're right, though.
Yeah. And it's completely. We're taking the authority and the respect for political figure, people of. Who we got? Would you keep your job if you?
Absolutely not. You wouldn't. You'd be fired. And these days, I'm sure somebody will come after the boss. Is that going to turn off?
It will turn
Okay.
off. There it goes.
Somebody's going to go out. And these days, I'm sure somebody will go after the boss and say, "How dare you fire that person?" Well, they stole from me or they did this from me. Yeah, and especially if there's somebody of a minority or some kind of different ethnic, whatever. I mean, you're going to be in the hot seat. It's just wrong.
I agree.
And that goes back to
absolutely
the assumption thing with the police officer, because there were incidents where there was police officers who did bad things who got punished and they should have got punished, but then we have people from the left or people with those ideologies who take that small, minute sample size of those cops and they just assume every other cop is the same way.
Right.
And so that there goes that authority that you're talking about just goes out the window because we get these assumptions without knowing any of the facts because that's a very small scale.
Exactly. Again, it's all you can't just go by the smallest percentage in something. And before Mike talks about some awesome people, I will say this: we learned this in school and in college, and they still teach it. There's always a bad apple. Always. There's always a bad apple in every group.
Yeah.
Don't look at the bad apple. Look at the rest of the group.
No, I absolutely agree. Hey, while we take a break here for a second and talk about the reason why we're here. Well, not the reason why we're here. The reason why we're able to go on the air.
Yeah.
And this is also, listen, we could be talking about you. We can be talking about other people. If you want to come alongside the Ken and Mike show, there is opportunity here for you as well to get your name out there, your organization represented. And like we're going to talk right now about Tri-Oak Builders. Tri-Oak Builders, they specialize in bathrooms. They specialize in kitchens. They do phenomenal work. We've talked about Preston many times.
Yes.
Preston, who is an awesome, basically a spokesperson for this company, and they're all about relationships. When we sat down and we talked with him, just even about possibly him coming along, their company coming alongside, it was just real. He was real. It wasn't fabricated. It wasn't he wasn't trying to show. He wasn't trying to be a salesman. But they're real people.
That's right.
So if you need your kitchen done, you need bathrooms done, and you're here in the Upper Hudson Valley, we really encourage you to call Tri-Oak Builders. Phenomenal people. They do awesome work. You can contact them at 518-267-3288. That's 518-267-3288, or you can also find them online at trioakbuilders.com. Reach out to Preston and Eli. They do phenomenal work. And
free estimate.
We can't be any happier to have someone come alongside us, like a company like Tri-Oak Builders, to come alongside here and support us here.
Great
at the
bunch
Ken
of
and Mike
guys.
Show.
And by the way,
awesome.
Mike alluded to the fact that you can be a part of this too. We want to. That's the thing. Of course, you supporting us is great, but we want to support you in this outlet. We'd love to share your company or whatever you do. So please, you can contact us. You can you can email us email us at thekenandmikeshow@gmail.com or just private message us on our Facebook page as well.
Hey,
So,
back in what we were talking about, there are certain people, and we can all see we're on a social media outlet here, so we can talk about social media. I mean, I look through my personal Facebook page, and I'm sure you do too. But it seems like people. We're a show about faith. We come
Yes.
from a faith perspective.
yes.
And there's certain people that I have in mind when I'm going through my Facebook page that are always pointing out injustices. This person did that. Well, this guy's got to be this. This guy's got to be that. And they're people that also identify as Christians.
Yeah.
And what bothers me is we're so quick to point out who's doing wrong. But my question is to you, instead of highlighting this all the time and finding wrong, how are you representing Christ on social media when you do these things? Number one, because you hold the banner of being a Christian. How are you shining a light in those areas instead of just trying to find how you're being served wrong?
Well, let me say on that note with you is I think a lot of that times, and we all deal with something called selfishness, right? And selfishness, one of the things there is when people are constantly pointing stuff out like that, the issue there comes that they're only thinking about how everything affects them. Never
it's all
is
about
a thought
them.
of how am I affecting somebody else. Is anything that I'm doing affecting anybody in a negative way? No, because I'm pointing out the negative in everybody else because that's all I can see.
Right.
And that's an issue. You
I agree.
It's called selfishness. And I want to stay on this note, but before we even get out there, we should probably in a couple minutes at least go into our very serious news segment whenever you guys are ready, and we can come back to this.
Totally forgot about our
Yeah,
news
that's all right
segment. What
though.
was
So we're gonna get the music rolling, and we're gonna come back with very serious news that's happening right now. It's crazy. Let me know when you guys are ready.
Here on the anchor desk,
Very serious news here.
we need one of those screens that
Yeah.
pop up alongside your little square,
Right,
that,
right.
that tells you all about the stuff that you're doing.
Listen, things you shouldn't do, should do, whatever it is. Guys, there's a very serious incident that took place. I believe it was just maybe it was today. Maybe I don't know. It was a couple days ago. You should definitely consider this thing so that you don't make the same mistake. Or maybe you should, and maybe it'll work for you.
Sam, you should
Yeah.
not be laughing. This
Yeah.
is serious.
Listen, guys, I understand why he did this. I hate inspections here in New York State. They're the worst. They're stupid and pathetic. And I wish my car could stay 1995 and younger so I wouldn't have to get them anymore. However, this driver tries to avoid ticket by using red sports drink as a taillight. So he took a red sports drink with, red.
Too bad you didn't give Mel the picture beforehand.
Yeah, I know. He could put that up there. And he literally duct taped it to the back end of his car so there's a little bit of a light shining on it. So when he put the brake on, it actually shined red. Very
That's
smart. I mean,
awesome.
listen, it was a quick fix. Like, I don't know what to do right now, and I got to
would-
drive my vehicle.
I would have been fine with that.
Yeah.
Listen,
I would've
if I was
pulled
the
you over.
inspector, I'd have been like, you know what? Kudos to you.
Yeah.
You pass.
Listen,
That's
Colorado, this isn't Colorado. I don't know what the laws are like there, but the police say a driver tried to replace a broken taillight with a sports drink. Denver news station. Who cares about
It
them?
was a Gatorade bottle. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, right.
I hope
yeah.
he's not a mechanic.
He could be. There's a lot of mechanics out there that do that kind of stuff. So he the red-colored bottled drink where his car's rear light should have been is where he placed that thing. Authorities say the driver was on his way to get the tail light fixed when officers stopped him in Longmont, 38 miles north of Denver. Officials say officers didn't ticket the driver, who was seen repairing his car later that day. So good for him. You know what? That's a win-win.
Kudos.
Give him an
Okay.
E for effort.
Not only that, while he was replacing his taillight, what did he have when he got thirsty? A sports
A
drink.
drink.
See, he knew what he's talking about. Maybe it was probably cold in
When he
Colorado.
gets pulled over for that DWI check, he can walk out to the back of his car.
You got it. Who knows what was in there? It could have been something else.
It's very interesting. Interesting. Reminds me of a story of a guy
Yeah.
who made his own sticker for his car for registration
Okay.
or inspection.
Yeah.
He literally took paper and colored it red.
I love this guy already.
And put it in his window.
Yeah.
And the police saw it, pulled him over, and they I don't remember if they gave him a ticket or not, but they like
Yeah.
applaud him.
Was this New York State?
I forget New York State. Maybe it was.
I'm pretty sure now they can pretty much just take a picture of your license plate and you're done now. They know everything's computerized.
Oh yeah, they can.
Yeah, you're done. I mean, it doesn't matter anymore. That I used the color scheme for a while there. I tried to kind of just. I'm still.
But the intuition.
Yes.
And the time.
Yes.
It took to actually make that and create that
Yeah.
and put it and drive around confidently.
Yeah.
With that in your
Yeah.
car it's amazing.
Yeah, they should have paid for his inspection, and they should have just took care of it. I'll leave this one for last because you have some important facts you want to give to the
Oh,
audience.
yeah, well, we're doing the news segment, and I
Yeah.
think we're going to start doing a stupid facts segment.
I think it's great.
The stupid facts that we're going to throw out there.
Bring it
for
right in
you.
there.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm only going to talk about 8 tonight.
And by the way, when Mike was describing some of these facts, we were thrilled to finally know this stuff.
Yes, I
So-
can go to my grave a much happier person
Please
there.
text your favorite.
Yes, please comment.
Comment
Yeah.
your favorite.
Yeah,
comment with your favorite fact.
If the viewers like it, we'll keep it going.
Yeah.
This is great stuff. But here's some fun ones I found on
Yeah.
the internet today. On average, 100 people choke to death on ballpoint pens every year.
Okay, stop right there. I know people. Are you serious? You didn't read that one. Yeah. How many? 100 people?
On average, 100 people choke to death on ballpoint pens every day.
Choke is one thing. Choke to death on a
Every
ballpoint.
day?
No, every year.
Oh, I was gonna say
But
every
still,
day.
that's a lot of people for.
That is a lot of people.
What do they do? Just they chew it. And they're just sitting there
Chew the
going like
cap.
this, and next thing you know, it's just.
Well, I know I used to chew on ballpoint pens in math class and stuff like that in school. So I
Yeah.
can imagine maybe as you're walking down the hallway, you slip, fall.
Yeah.
It's
How
over.
old are these people? I wonder.
I don't know. These are just
my
facts.
I
that
think
I'm
we
reading.
should take the time
Should
to
we
do
get, should we
our
get
own
into a
study and
statistics on
research.
this? Okay.
We're gonna do research on this ballpoint.
Please
pens. Okay.
please tweet us
Yeah.
if you have done this. If you choked on
If you
Well, they didn't choke to death. They wouldn't be tweeting us.
Yeah.
obviously not
But if you
choked to death.
almost
But
choked
if
to
they
death,
choked on
near
it.
near
Can
death
I
experience.
move on?
Yes.
Yes, move on.
On average, people fear spiders more than they do death.
Okay, yeah, I
Yeah.
can see that.
I got and snakes.
35% of people who use personal ads for dating are already married.
That's disgusting.
That's gross.
Sad.
Welcome to the Christian.
You know, it's interesting. Christy Teigen said that the other night on a show. She said that she's still on Tinder, and everybody's like, what? And they're like, John Legend's probably saying something. She's like, no, I'm not on there looking. I'm just on to see my friends. She's like,
I
you're
doubt it.
married. Why are
Yeah,
you on
what are you doing?
Tinder?
Go on a social media site, dummy. What are you doing?
Oh, I skipped over this one, but as you guys
Yeah.
were talking, I thought this one was funny. Women blink nearly twice as much as men. It should be in parentheses and talk as well. But anyway,
They just keep blinking.
Well, that's probably why.
Yeah. What's that? Yeah.
here's a fun one, guys.
Hey.
A crocodile cannot
Hey.
stick its tongue out.
Really? Hey, I got to feed alligators the other day. Did I tell you that?
That's pretty
It's
dope.
not a crocodile, but it was an alligator.
awesome.
It was cool. And no, they didn't stick their tongues out either. Probably alligators the same way.
I knew this one, but this one's cool.
Okay.
Our eyes are always the same size from birth,
Yeah.
but our nose and ears never stop growing.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I'm going to be Pinocchio by the time
Yeah.
I'm 96 years old.
From lying or from?
Both.
You know, just look at the size of this thing. Come on.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Well, yeah.
I've seen a lot worse.
Okay.
Yeah.
You ever seen my dad's nose?
Yes.
Yes.
Listen, I was thinking of his, but come
Listen,
on,
you know, this
Just
is
go
this
inside.
is live, Sam.
I'm leaving, so he can't really do much to me, man.
Chris,
Trying to get it all out now.
Chris, if you're watching this, don't.
Don't.
My last two. The electric chair was invented by a dentist.
Weird.
Think about that next time you're sitting getting your teeth drilled.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I hate the dentist with all my heart,
Oh my gosh.
soul, and spirit.
And this last one, go, is the shortest complete sentence in the English language.
That's awesome.
But go. But you know what I'll add to that? You know what the longest one is? I do.
Wow. Yeah.
Anyway,
It's gonna end. I
I'll
don't
be
know.
here all week. Try the veal.
Yeah.
That's great.
Thank you. And I got the last one here. That's not so much. That's kind of funny, but it kind of goes on to we're talking about Trump tonight. I figured to bring this up there.
I'm surprised our
yeah.
guy didn't get on here to talk about this. This would have been fun. I'm gonna say his name now because he.
Who, Matt?
I wasn't really going to Grady, but
Oh.
we're in trouble now.
I wasn't ready.
Yeah. So listen though. Did you know this? This is interesting. Trump is selling overpriced straws to thirsty fans just to own the libs. This is President Donald Trump's campaign is offering an unusual new item for sale. It's very unusual. Yeah, because I mean,
sorry.
I have some in my house.
Save the
Yeah.
turtles.
A commemorative plastic straw with the president's name on them. Okay, and I'm going to tell you the price in just one
Personally, needs to be
second.
held responsible for killing turtles.
Liberal paper straws don't work. Claims a tweet promoting the straws. They just don't work. So, the Team Trump account then asked supporters to stand with President Trump by using his special laser engraved plastic straws at just $15 for a pack of 10 plus shipping.
He did that on purpose.
Of course
That's
he did.
awesome.
Typically, 1,000 plastic straws retail for about $10, making the Trump straws 150 times more expensive.
Oh my god.
So
I'm gonna
yeah,
pay down the deficit.
people are
with
saying
that.
stand with the president. A growing number of communities are banning or restricting single-use plastic straws
Can
due
we
to their
put the website
environmental
where we
harm.
can buy those, Mel?
Yeah,
Oh, you get 5 with every mug you purchase.
yeah, that's
There you
right.
go.
That's right.
There you
Well,
go.
listen to some of the tweets that came back in there. I say this is someone who hates paper straws and would rather eat chalk. We're too stupid to survive as a species. All right,
Stop.
Tim. Yeah, $1.50 a straw, no less. Even their merch is a grift. I don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, so I didn't print out the other ones. What am I doing? Oh, wait a minute. No. There
To
we
be
are.
continued.
At least when one of these kills a sea turtle, we'll be able to personally trace it back to Trump. Yeah. Because that's important.
Save the turtles.
Yeah,
Save the
save the turtles.
dolphins.
I really want to put that out there. I like turtles a lot.
I do.
But if I had a choice between a human and a turtle, if a human and a turtle were in the ocean, one of them was drowning and it was the human
My t-
or the turtle, something was happening, I would save the human. Would you?
Yes.
Or would you ride the turtle out somewhere to sea and come back?
It depends on the
person.
person.
I'll jump on the tortoise's
Okay, yeah.
back. You know,
Well, yeah.
not to throw my daughter under the bus, but I guess they must be talking about this in school. a
Yes,
lot.
they are.
Yeah.
It's a big, huge.
Is it? Because
Huge.
she is now all about turtles, everything. Save the turtles. If I pick up a plastic bag at Price Chopper, she yells at me and tells me I'm killing turtles.
I like one
Really?
turtles.
Oh, boy.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Amen, brother.
And know what?
Hey,
you know
and
what?
I
They
know-
use plastic straws.
Oh, they do.
They did.
And Kayla, can I get an amen from you? I know that you love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I like them all. Leonardo's the leader. Donatello is the scientist. Michelangelo is the funny one,
The
and
pizza
then
eater.
Raphael
and then
is
and then
just
Raphael
the-
is angry, but he's the man. He's,
the
my
dope-
favorite.
He's the
He's a
dopest
rock.
one.
He just beats everybody
I'll
up.
be the rat.
Yeah, but let me tell you something. This guy Franklin had it right though. Now listen, this is important. If you buy the straws,
Oh, we're still going on
Yes.
this. Okay.
kinda undercuts the message that they're reusable and recyclable. Real Trump supporters use their straws only once. Boom.
Mic drop.
That's
We're
where
done.
it's at. Paper straws, what do you use it once? You got to throw it out. It's ridiculous. It's a waste.
It's done.
Yeah.
I just see the political slogan from the left: Trump
Yeah.
straws. Their supporters suck.
Took me a bit to get it, but that was good. That was a good one. I like that.
Like I said, I'll be here all week.
Yeah,
Wow.
I had another kind of weird quote. I can't remember where it was though. It was actually funny, kind of like that. What was that? Doesn't matter. It was good though. Yeah, it'd make you laugh. You should just laugh just because it was funny.
Okay,
I just
because you said so.
yeah, I don't remember. What so we're talking about this Trump thing. So Trump versus Omar. Why are we saying that?
Because
Mike?
basically in the Twitter he said, she was saying something along the lines of how we need to fix the American system, and he basically said, "Where you came from, woman? Have you seen your political system? Mm-hmm. Why don't you
Right.
go back and fix yours before you come over here and fix ours?"
Exactly.
What was racist about that? Did he personally attack her?
No.
Did he call her a name?
He was making a point.
He was making a valid point. Now, everybody on my news feed and social media has called, has asked me, not everybody, but people on the other side of the fence have said, how come you can't just come out and say that was racist? Because I can't lie. It wasn't racist.
Exactly.
Wait,
You look like you want to say something, Mel. Go ahead.
I'm just confused as to why they need you or want you to come out and say it's racist. Why can't you just say it yourself? Like, you have to come out and say it.
Right.
I have to come out and say
Right.
it. But I don't believe it. So why are you trying to force me to say something I don't want to say? It's just like the liberal logic, the socialist logic.
Is it logical?
I don't think it's it's all over the place.
Yeah.
And that's why people are leaving the Democratic Party, or at least the left.
Yeah.
Because they're just all over the place. They have no.
Well, look at
no
Nancy
base.
Pelosi and look at what she's saying about some of these people because she knows it's a little.
Mel, will you do me a
fruity.
favor and correct me if I'm stepping off here? And
I mean, I was saying something.
Oh, I'm
but
sorry.
yeah.
Go ahead. No, I had a thought that came to my head. Go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
No, I'm just messing. What you say
I
was
was
probably going to be
talking,
good.
Mike.
Yeah. I was talking.
Talking. If you being half African American, would you? I mean, because everybody's
Right.
saying that this is the new modern day KKK.
Right.
like,
Yeah. Exactly.
Would you wear one in public?
Where what?
A MAGA hat?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just wondering. I mean, I want to go with a camera.
Yeah.
We should do that in the Ken and Mike
I've seen
show.
people
Wear
do
MAGA
this.
hats?
I've seen people.
We should
do
get the
this.
Ken and Mike show, go on live with the camera with our half African American brother here.
Yeah, with a hat on.
We'll all wear MAGA and just see what the
I've
response
seen
would be in
people do
Hudson.
this. I saw a video of a guy going to college campuses wearing a MAGA hat. It was a black guy, and asking for people for reparations.
Oh, jeez.
Did he get any?
Some people are like, yeah. I mean, go to college.
Yeah.
Most of them are broke.
Oh,
Right,
that's
yeah.
right. And they were actually
Yeah.
getting,
But some people
yeah. I
but there
remember,
was
I
one
saw
person
this.
who actually said, no, I'm not giving you any reparations. But it's that mentality of that in the leftist, totem pole, I have seniority.
You can't
or
say totem pole.
I can. I'm half Native American.
Half?
Yeah.
Half?
Yeah, half.
Half Native American?
Well, I have Native American in me, but
I'm
anyway.
gonna say half.
You're
I was
half
like-
white,
it's
half
like
black,
You know how
half-
much of a tax break you can get?
You're
to
like
having half?
like a pie of pizza. You got.
I'm mixed race, and I
Okay.
checked two of my races.
He's
But
a
anyways,
buffet.
But anyways, on the ideology, totem pole,
Yeah.
I supersede you guys because I'm half black.
I see
so
what you're
I
saying, yeah,
supersede
yeah.
you
So you're
guys.
black
Yeah.
and Indian
But
and white.
I'm right there below with you guys
Yeah.
because I'm a Christian.
Mm-hmm.
You get to double dip because
and I'm a
if they do
male.
reparations for Indians and do reparations for black people, man, you're gonna be.
You should
you're gonna
put
be
your
all
resume.
Set.
You should put your resume in with Pocahontas.
You could be on her team.
She'd hire you. She'd
I have a lot
love
more
you.
nationality than she does, Native American.
I know,
But
but
I
nobody
don't claim
believes
any.
that.
I
They
don't
believe she
claim any.
is.
I don't claim any.
Yeah.
Like I always say,
Yeah.
I'm
Weird.
American.
Thank God we're not on real television because we get in trouble for all of this.
Exactly. They should put us on TV. Their
Face-
ratings would go up.
Facebook is going to ban the Ken and
That's
Mike
why
show.
we are
Watch.
Yeah.
unscripted, unrestricted, unashamed.
Unashamed.
Amen. Amen. Hey, we're running way
We are.
over time
Hey,
tonight. Hey, this was
Tell them
awesome.
again, though. We're hiring. Well, we're
well-
hiring
well-
volunteers.
We're hiring. We pay you in coffee.
Yeah.
So, Ken and Mike Show has openings. We want to say thank you to Sam for being our media leader here.
We got one more week with you. 2 more weeks, maybe. One more.
I think one.
One more.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, we want to say thank you to Sam for being our media director. And we also want to say thank you to Mel. He's still staying on board, but when
Yes.
September kicks on, he will not be here live in studio. So that means we're going to have openings here at the Ken and Mike Show. We're going to need people that can run a mixer
Yeah.
and play with sounds and make sure we continue to sound good to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, that's debatable.
Yeah, and again, if you guys want, if anybody wants to come along, you have a business, you have something you want to promote, contact us. We'd love to get.
So come
talk to
on,
you
the
about
Ken and
that,
Mike
yeah.
Show. We would love to have
We'll
you.
support you.
And you know what? You even get a microphone. So if you have an opinion too, you get to express it. Can I work for you from out of state?
That would be awesome. I wish. Promote us.
I wish we had the broadband like that
Once
we could bring
get
people in.
once we get some of our merchandise going on, we'll give it to you. You can be our
our merch rep.
our PA rep in PA. You'll be
She could be our PAPR.
You could be our PA. Yes, I love it. Absolutely.
So that'd be awesome. But anyway,
Yeah. So Mike, it's been a pleasure.
it's been awesome.
Guys,
I
it's
wish
been a
we could
pleasure.
go all night, but
Yeah.
we do have to wrap this up because there's people in this house that need to get to bed.
That's right. Listen, God bless you guys. Next Tuesday, right here, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Ken and Mike Show. Please join us then. And as this music's going, we're going to close out, and we're going to say, what else are we going to say? Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Share
YouTube.
this. Yeah.
Share this with all your friends. Hey, and guys, we love your participation. Keep
Absolutely.
the ideas coming. If there's something you want to see us talk about here on the Ken and Mike Show, just email us, put it in the comments section, or just put it straight on our page. We want to know what's important to you, and
Yep.
we want to talk about it and make you a part of the
And
show.
if there's anybody you want us to have on, let us know.
Yes.
We'll get them.
Yeah, we got to go over some
We
possible
do.
guests that we have
We
coming
do.
up in the
That's
future
right.
because we got some emails
We
today,
do.
and we do
Yep.
have people that want to come on and join the Ken and Mike show,
Yep.
and you can be one of them. We'll see you next
Yep.
week, Tuesday
God
at 8.
bless you guys.
God bless.
The Ken and Mike Show.